One of the most reused scenarios in anime is the high school life genre. High school music class, high school art club, high school romance with big old titties, high school romance with big old titties times 5, etc. Now it makes sense to use high school as the main setting when your average viewer will usually be in school or recently just got out within the past 5 to 10 years, so it's easier to relate to and you can appeal to the most amount of people possible. So I'm not the average hater you'd see when it comes to anime being set in high school, though I would like a bit more variety, but that's a topic for another day. What I don't like, however, is with all the school anime out there, very few feel in any way real, or should I say, do very few feel like they were wrote by someone who understands what school life is. Now obviously we are watching anime, it's fake. Brandon, there's no reason for it to act like normal high school. That shit is boring, I want big old anime titties. Well, yeah, I get that. But here's the thing. When we're focusing on a normal school setting where the students are normal, I tend to expect it to reflect in some way on a real high school issue. The biggest is the issue of awkwardness in the average teenager, which is funny since most of the modern harems use this awkwardness as its crutch but fail in nearly every way possible. Take nearly any cliche soulless harem, which usually is a battle harem mind you, and this is how they start out. Insert fresh new main character with no personality. He runs into who will be the tsundere love interest, and after a short tsundere moment, he then runs into big old titty girl number 1, who seemingly wants to suck his dick then and there. Being the awkward guy he is, he gets flustered and backs off, and throughout the rest of the 12-episode season, more girls come for his junk, and he gets flustered, embarrassed, and the rest is history. Now this isn't bad because he's flustered, that's how most would act. The pimps in the comments section saying that they'd get all the girls back to their place, like Hugh Hefner, rest in peace, more than likely would be shitting their pants if these characters were acting this way to them when they were in high school. And why is that? Because they are high school students going through puberty. The issue is, I haven't really seen an anime for all the ones out there with the same damn main character being awkward truly portray high school awkwardness correctly. That is, until this wonderful little anime. Tsuredure Children is one of the best anime to come out in 2017 and it's criminally underrated. The show is built into 12 half-length episodes, all focusing on a wide range of characters where each of the central focal points has 2 characters that both of which seemingly want to fall in love, and in some cases, already have. What the anime does a brilliant job of is accurately portraying young love and the awkwardness that comes with it. These kids haven't dated before, they think they are the lowest of the low, the boy or girl that you like is way out of your league, when many times you constantly delete that text confessing your love, and they feel the same way about you. And high school life is built around coming out of your shell and being you, taking risks, getting laughed at, being happy and sad, but it's all done through trial and error, and if done correctly, by the time you leave, you should be able to go out into the real world, and whenever you fall, you can pick yourself back up. But this wonderful little anime does something very special, and for the first time that I can remember, truly makes me think, you understand what young, emotional teenagers truly act like, unlike most of the general anime casts. See, the show is about 50% comedy and 50% sweetness, and I'd say that comedy ratio definitely goes up, even more when you watch the Funimation dub for it, but that's just my preference. You may not remember all these characters' names, I mean there are a dozen of them, but you remember what each of the pairing is like and the awkwardness that comes with it. See, when people haven't had their first girlfriend or boyfriend, they are shy, not sure how they should confess, if they should say no, it risks our friendship, or when you're in that relationship, finally, how do I not mess this up because I'm a bundled mess of nerves? This is where the animation can really highlight this better than a live action format can. Because of how real this truly feels, it at the same time feels ridiculous all to the max because of the comedic timing of the animation and voice actors. From the first time you're going to have sex, how the hell are we gonna do this? Oh shit, do I need to buy condoms? No wait, she brought some, to then his parents walking in. Though you might not personally relate, you have heard of these horror stories time and time again, I can guarantee it. But what Tsuredure Children excels at is not keeping it too serious for too long, like in the case I just mentioned. The anime has brilliant comedic timing where they'll pull away and shift the art design to land a voiceless joke, or to how they'll use the mother character walking in on her kid getting down and dirty, and she'll not freak out or get embarrassed, she'll just leave the cookies at the door and tell the rest of the family not to bother them. The show knows how to be funny, which is what teenage awkwardness is, it's funny. Looking back at all the stupid things you were shy or confused about, should I or shouldn't I, everyone has many moments they wish they could go back and smack younger me over the head with and say, do it, and if the ball doesn't land in your court, try again. And this anime knows how to present a wide range of personal stories that are both relatable, humorous, and also feel very real, but not too serious for too long. From an outsider looking in, we can look at this and think, oh, these dumb kids, but that's what adults around us used to say when we were younger. And the way the anime is directed, it makes us feel like we are the role models these kids would ask about their problems. I have this girl I like, but I'm embarrassed to ask her out. What do I do? How do I go on my first date? What do I do? I'm a dumb teenager, and all the other stuff everyone freaks out at at some point and ask someone around them for advice on. And the reason this all works is because it pulls from all the dumb real stuff that real teenagers go through, but it uses the art to tell a comedic story rather than pander to the fantasies of the average viewer, like in the case of battle harems. The anime is full of sweet and cute little moments where the characters are trying to figure out their emotions, to humming and hawing if they should or shouldn't tell their crush their feelings. It's just a wide variety of very real, cute, sweet moments that never try to be anything more than just that, but just their own little stories, and it works wonderfully because of it. Most of the generic harems that uses this shy, unlikable character tend to fail because they rely on making the character someone he's not. A guy like this will not naturally attract this many females unless he's filthy rich. The general personality is seemingly believable, awkwardness at first glance, but they never do anything more than that. Whereas this anime knows how to make plenty of awkward characters that are seemingly lame in their own way, but unlike generic main character 247, all of these characters are memorable because they pull from real-world teenage issues and not shut-in wet dreams. See the difference? Not all series should use this approach. This works best for a sweet comedy sort of series. But it makes me think, if a battle harem would just take one of these stories that Tsuredure children has and just use that instead, it'd be far better. Instead of having a battle harem be a battle harem, have multiple stories like in the case of this anime and just also fight aliens. But instead we get this shit. But for 12 episodes, I got something I didn't think I'd see within a school series, and that is something that feels like a high school series, just way more funny because now I can see where I messed up and where other people messed up and where these dumb kids are messing up. But unlike this guy, I actually like all these goofball kids. So Japan, make more of this and less of this. Because awkwardness can be a great and relatable strength for a series, but not if you make it so out of this world. So many people will always say, I want more strong-willed adult characters in my high school anime, which makes absolutely no sense. No matter who you were still an idiot in school who is still getting their emotions under control. So what you think of is probably more logical than something a character in an anime will do because they haven't had enough life experiences yet. But if more anime could do something like Tsuredure Children, where it doesn't just try to say, we'll connect with all the kids by making a guy super embarrassed by all the beautiful girls, it would maybe try doing things like maybe the guy is just shy because he has a crush on this girl and he doesn't want to make a fool of himself, or maybe he is trying to be the cool guy boyfriend because he doesn't realize his girlfriend likes him as he currently is and he doesn't have to change. We'd have far better anime casts than we currently do. Awkwardness isn't an issue in anime, it's this anime's greatest strength, but most anime fail to understand how to properly utilize it, whereas this didn't. But let me know your thoughts on this wonderful series down in the comment section below. And while you're at it, feel free to leave one of your dumb high school embarrassing moments down in the comment section below. I mean, it can't be worse than this, guys. And before you leave, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to go the extra mile for as little as $1 a month to help support the channel, then please head on over to my Patreon if you so wish. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.